Hello, everyone. I'm Ronan Unchained, and welcome back to the Syndicate, a Star Wars podcast. I'm your host, and we are 2 weeks away from Star Wars Celebration Japan 2025. To everybody out there, hopefully I'm not butchering your sweet language, but konnichiwa and saludos to anybody who will be attending in a few weeks. But I know two people who are hardcore Star Wars fans that I need to geek out about my anticipation because my nerves are just electrifying and whatnot. I have here with Brent Age of Grogu, and I have Kyle Katarn appearing. Muchachos,
Hey.
Holy shit.
Nice. Sorry, I had it by. I had it by.
Know that.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. I'm very excited to get on a plane and go to Celebration Japan, man. It's starting to feel real, and I'm starting to freak out just a little bit.
That's crazy.
Just a little bit.
Like that's like you're going literally a week and a half practically from here.
Yeah, just about.
Wow.
I'm flying out on the 14th, so it's really coming up. I should probably start packing soon.
Yeah, I need to start setting that up as well. But folks, we're going to be talking about this. Well, this is our second live stream doing where we're like talking about the hype, and stuff has come out. Something that was dropped yesterday that I didn't expect them to drop till the weekend of, but kind of makes sense for marketing. But Brent, you recently went to WonderCon.
I
did, got a little preview of Star Wars element in the air because you got to hang out with some cool guests.
Well, I didn't hang out specifically, but I literally saw. Yeah, actually, Carly King, who is, if you follow online, she's amazing.
Yes.
She actually ended up by moderating a little panel with the two kids from the two boys from Skeleton Crew, Ravi and Robert. And those kids are so funny. Like they are the most incredibly funny kids and really smart. You know, you see a lot of kids and you get these moments and of like, okay, what are they like in real life? And these kids really clicked it off. They clicked it off with each other. They clicked it off with the audience. A lot of people got the chance to ask questions at the end of the panel, but they were just going through and they were just talking about some of their experiences on the set of Skeleton Crew and moments. They had one of the props guys who was there who actually gave them. He was given permission to hand to them the original radios from the show, from the shoot, to give to each of those two kids and take as a gift. So they were like completely shocked when they were given these two gifts live. I am hoping that Yeah, it was. I'm hoping that they'll get the chance to do and drop the whole 1 hour, 45-minute rough interview somehow online. I'm hoping so. If we do, it's worth checking out because it was just so much fun. And yes, we did get a moment where the kids end up by being handed a lightsaber each, and they actually did their entire montage of monologue, I should say, not montage, monologue of when they first meet in the first episode, and they do the whole fight. And my arm, and no, wait, I got something in my arm. It was hysterical, absolute highlight. But and along with that, it was regular people who were there. The droid builders were there. They had a few brand new droids. B2EMO, they had built two versions of that droid, which is really cool to see. And WonderCon is a little bit like a smaller version of Comic-Con if you are not familiar with it. And it's in Anaheim usually, and it's every year. And it's definitely worth checking out. Although it was a little quieter this year, not as much on the floor, but for the most part, there were some really cool panels, and I think the kids were the highlight of the panel on the Star Wars, side of things. So yeah, that was fun.
Nice. Yeah, I am. It's still surreal that I'm like I've had access to plane tickets. I've bought these badges almost a year and a half ago with Kyle from a distance. I have a hotel reservations, and I'm like, we're doing this. And not just that, but like I'm trying to make an effort because I know some friends of ours, like Brent, aren't able to unfortunately go with us. But like, I'm trying to make a big effort and let people know that like a lot of content creators, a lot more, female content creators. I want them that like, if you can make it or not make it, let me know, because I want to make sure that people who can't and can have a moment in a stream for either 1 hour or more to be like, okay, from a distance and from close up, they just did this. This has happened. How do we all feel? And have a good like symbolic,
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
if you will, after a day of school, if you will.
Yeah.
But we're 2 weeks away. And I think to let people know that like they have been already putting out the panels, which you can go seek out on the website. And I'm shook that they're already putting out the floor, which I'm trying to like map out as much as I can. I'm like, okay, this is where we enter. This is where we gotta go pick up our badges, so on, not.
Same. Get the lay of the land. That's like my first step usually at a con. Figure out where.
Yeah.
And so I encourage everybody who is interested in that event that weekend, go seek out the information as soon as you can. It's both in English and Japanese. But Kyle, give a heads up to folks that something pretty cool is going to happen on Sunday of that weekend.
Yeah, on the Sunday of con, it's going to be the 20th. You and I, Ronan, are going to be co-hosting the Dork Forces podcast live from the HoloNet News stage. I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to be joined by Hera and by Dr. Sith, and it's going to be the perfect opportunity for us to kind of just decompress and recap the things that have been announced and revealed to us, and the what I'm sure are going to be like monumental sights that we're going to see, because there are things at Star Wars Celebration that you can only see at Star Wars Celebration, like the running of the Wilrow hoods, for example.
Oh, yes.
So the one way out one. Yeah.
It was so much fun. I was watching them gather here. There was I saw them watching them gather a couple of years ago in Los Angeles, which was so much fun. Yeah.
If you want to know about these things, like you said, from near or from afar, we're going to be talking about it all on the Dork Forces podcast. And if you're there, you can come and hang out with us and be part of our live chat, our IRL chat for the first time ever for the podcast. We're on the HoloNet News stage. 2 o'clock Japan time, and I still have not done the mental math on what that's going to be around the world, but as long as I know where I am, what time it is, I think I'll be okay.
Map it out. Yeah.
Nice.
As long as I'm not late.
Folks, stay tuned. That Sunday we're going to be promoting the hell out of that in the coming weeks to get people knowing. There's going to be a special surprise. This is the first anyone's hearing about this, including Ronan, but there's going to be a special surprise at this panel that you won't want to miss. You're going to want to. Okay. Nice.
Curious.
I'm very curious, and I'm like, all right, don't tell me until we're on the stage. But yeah, folks, go check it out. Stay tuned. I think it's gonna be a blast, and I'm curious to look back at this stream beforehand, and then what's it like afterwards. Of like, oh man, what happened in these 3 days that went probably just like that. So
we definitely need to take like a before and after photo.
Yeah. When we get there, when it ends, we're like, oh my god, like
I'm gonna leave my beard all tussled.
Yeah.
Got a black eye for some reason.
Yeah. I'm probably like half drunk and whatnot. Like, yeah. But we have a comment here from Wizard Nerd 76. Hello, how's everyone doing?
Hello,
Wizard Nerd.
What's up, dude?
But yeah, I feel that like, you know what? Okay. I'm gonna embarrass him a little bit. Someone who I've been, for a long time trying to get on my channel. I invited him on, and God bless him or whatever have you. He was like, all right, I'll hang out with this kid, whatnot. I wanted to do someone for the first time on my channel who, I'm going to butter him up right now. And I know he's going to be like, shut up. But like, he had a big influence on me doing this, knowing people outside of my window. And also, I've always loved hearing his takes and his perspective on Star Wars. And we have with us the one, the only, Akasan.
What up?
How you doing, man?
Up?
Hey, how's it going?
Yo, what
Nice
up?
to meet you.
How's it going, man?
I'm doing great, guys. My apologies. I'm actually running a fever right now, so I might sound a little weird, but I had to be here. I couldn't miss the show,
dude. No, dude. Thank you.
No, my pleasure, man.
This is kind of fucking surreal.
Really.
We've interacted. No, dude. But yeah, dude. We've interacted so many times, and I'm like, holy shit! Like
Half crippled, showing up on your podcast. This is the way you always envision it, Roman. Okay. That makes one of us. Yeah.
But nonetheless, thanks for taking the time, man.
Oh, my pleasure, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go back into my slumber afterwards.
YouTube reaction royalty right here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Are you kidding me? Yes.
One of the OGs, man.
Listen, I just got a Captain America shield, a Bat Mandalorian back here, and what 7 women with their pants off, nothing too special.
Here.
It's a simple
But so Akasan, you
Yes,
you
sir.
live in Japan,
I
so I'm very curious to see how your expectations are going forward now with a lot of people, a lot of tourists making their way, specifically for that weekend and probably the week that's coming up out. So
Are you
how do
attending Star Wars Celebration?
I am indeed
Nice.
attending.
Nice.
I
Cool.
do have a 3-day pass. It was given to me by a fan, actually. So,
wow.
because that thing sold out like immediately. And then I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm not gonna go, or I guess I'll just stand outside or whatever. But a lot of people bought the tickets without ever really figuring out how to get to said place, said Japan. And when that time finally came around, it was like, oh wait, now I can't get to Japan. So I was able to get a few of the 3-day passes thanks to some loyal members of the Red Dreaded Nation. And I will be there. In what capacity, I'm not sure yet. I already know what a few people are gonna coming down there are gonna be doing. I have some business with the normies. They have asked me to be part of something that they're working on. Other than that, it's kind of a free-for-all for me. I really don't know. It was actually the first time hearing Ronan was talking about the layout and making plans. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I should do that. Yeah.
Serge was talking about a thing. I wonder if it's the same thing. I think I might see you there.
What's that?
I said I was talking to Serge from the Normies about a thing.
Oh,
it might be the same thing. I may see you there.
Okay, see, I just know them as the Normies. They are just one. They are one unit. They are all
a normie.
Yeah, exactly. They are all the Normies. I'm like, Serge, who's that? Yeah, from System of a Down. Nice. Okay, so
that guy is anything but a normie. Serge Tankian.
Fair.
His own path.
Yeah, there you go. So are you guys? So how many of you guys are actually going?
Me and Kyle.
Okay. Cool.
I am not, unfortunately.
We're gonna get you there virtually.
Are we there in spirit and online between?
I was about to say the man with all the Star Wars figures in the back.
I know.
That's the one that's right? Perfect. This is set up perfectly for the perfect reveal. Watch this.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh boy. About to bring out his Princess Leia.
There you go.
Okay.
Bravo.
Damn, that was unplanned. I was just lazy having the green screen out.
There you go. Damn.
Sometimes it works.
Damn, Ronan, as long as we're doing nerd measuring contests here, what's up with your background? It's under construction, right?
This is pre-production right now. Yeah, this is
okay. Fair enough.
It's actually several fathoms below the sea in a layer.
Yeah. I was gonna say when you get back from Celebration, I'll come out. I'll build you some shelving. We'll put some of your stuff up on the back wall. We'll do something like that. We're gonna do something.
We'll get you a good set.
Very important
background. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, dude, I'm
very important.
Not to spend so much money there. Oh.
Yeah. Good luck with
Don't think of it spending so much money as much as actually just simply finding something you
enjoying yourself,
collecting,
yourself. That's it. Yeah.
Staying home, that's really like I feel like when I was at Celebration for the first time in Anaheim, I sacrificed a couple experiences staring down my camera when really I needed to stay engaged. And it really is a judgment call when you're a content creator. What moment do you want to document and what do you want to just put a file away in here? And sometimes that's really important,
Yeah.
What are your guys' plans? Are you trying to just attend the panels as content creators or as fans, or do you have press passes? Like
they have like this whole intense reservation system for like trying to get a seat in the panel. I got a seat in the Star Wars Visions Season 3 panel, which is actually the one I wanted the most. I wanted to know all about the animation, like the anthologies that are coming out. So I plan to live tweet whatever announcements we get in that. But other than that, I got a little pocket Osmo, like a tiny little pocket gimbal, and I'm just going to like take B-roll passively the whole time I'm wandering around and then come up with an idea on the plane home, I guess. Cut it together into whatever story I want to tell with it. But
cool.
Yeah.
You mean this Osmo?
Nice.
Oh, nice. That's the OG pocket, right?
No, it's the number 3.
Oh, Pocket 3, nice.
Yeah.
I could only find it's all sold out where I was at, so I only got the first generation Pocket.
Nice,
tiny.
Nice. Oh, hold on. Yeah,
doesn't have all the bells and whistles yet, but I'm excited to try it out. Japan's gonna be the maiden voyage.
Really? Yeah.
Nice.
You mean this one?
That's the one.
Yep.
That's my little dude.
There you go. If you need another one, just let me know. Yeah. I don't use that one anymore. Yeah.
Well, sure, you got the 3 now. The thing must be nice.
It is. So it's interesting because I've actually the maiden voyage I had was in the same location as Star Wars Celebration is going to be at, which is Makahari Messe, which is technically in Chiba, not Disneyland, but Tokyo Disneyland is also in Chiba, not in Tokyo, but it's semantical situations. But that being said, I busted out the Pocket 3 for the Tokyo Auto Salon and Tokyo Comic Con. So
nice. Good con camera?
What?
Good con camera?
Yeah. You need to set it to D-Log instead. If you really want to get the best look, you got to set it to D-Log and then change it per settings because the inside is pretty dark. So you're gonna have to change it. For the Tokyo Game Show was really difficult. I don't know.
Interesting. It's dark in there. I would assume it would be like really well lit because most cons I've been to, it's overlighting,
it depends on the event. Like Tokyo Game Show is extremely dark because they have monitors and things they need to show. So with Tokyo Comic Con and Tokyo Auto Salon, they need to show off the cars or the product or the cosplay, so it's kind of like you said, overlit. But I feel like New York Comic Con and like San Diego Comic Con has definitely been more lit than Tokyo has, so it's going to be a little different. Yeah.
See, these are the nuggets that I would never know to even think about before going there.
Definitely. So that definitely helps, and then my assumption. See, I've never been to Star Wars Celebration before, but my assumption that it's going to be about 90-80% Japanese, with a sprinkle of tourists coming in. But I don't know. I don't know. So it'll be interesting.
I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited not just as a Star Wars fan, but also as a fan of observing how another culture interacts with something that I know so intimately. Observing those differences and finding a way to like make myself a part of it as well. It's gonna be a crazy experience. I really don't know what to expect.
Are you guys going to the Star Wars live orchestra thing going on?
What is this now?
So there's an outside event. I think it's outside the venue where they're gonna be putting performances of all the music from the original 3 films, if I'm not mistaken. It's one of the things that's happening where like I think the local baseball team is having a Star Wars night as well. I believe Tokyo Disneyland is having the same thing where like they're having fully on embracing the Star Wars stuff for that weekend. Yeah. So that's what's occurring. Where I think there's
dropping some John Williams tracks on us live. I'm always down to hear that, man.
Oh yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah, if you can get some tickets, by all means, check it out. Yeah, I just saw it on while I was waiting for my train. I'm like, oh, that's kind of neat. Yeah. So yeah. The one thing unfortunately, I'm working. Literally, the opening panel is like the only one that I'm like really, really interested in, and that's the opening Mandalorian panel. Yes, and they're going to be showing the Mandalorian Grogu movie coming out.
They're going to show us the goods, man. You know that. They have the ability to film an entire sequence that's just for Celebration and then throw it away. They got that volume, and like it's so easy for them to. Like they could design and create a whole planet that is never in the movie. That's just for Celebration to throw it. They have the resources to do that now. Who knows what that panel?
That's the one I'm like probably gonna have to like wait in line for, because like Kyle mentioned was the reservation stuff. That thing was chaotic. We were both like, oh my gosh, who's getting in first? And luckily, what they have and what they've had in previous celebrations were like, if you can't get reservations to those panels, there's a standby queue, and if you
you got to be there early.
Yeah, you got to be there early. But I know that it's possible because I remember last celebration in London, I wanted to be there for the Lucasfilm showcase of like, this is what we got going on in the next few years, and I couldn't get reservations. I went to the standby, and I still got into one of the streaming rooms, and
Cool.
I was able to, see the news pop up, and then they said, "Okay, we're gonna show you the penultimate episode of season 3 of Mandalorian. Just hush, hush.
Right.
Come back later." And so
that's good. That's good luck. It's a combination of timing and good luck. And how long did you wait in the standby line? Do you think?
I think it was like maybe an hour or two. But I'm one of those guys that like.
Sure.
For the kids, for the youngsters, there was a time where we had to wait in line at a movie theaters to get a good seat and a fucking ticket. There was none of this reserved seating shit one night. So I'm mentally
torn. I'm torn by it, man. Like, because yes, like it's worth it to get into that panel, but celebrations usually 4 days. It's only 3 days this time.
I know.
We've only got so much time to explore the con floor. And so, like, I don't know if I can sacrifice 2-3 hours standing still, waiting to sit down for an hour and listen to talking when there's like merch being sold, random flash mob things happening, like all this experience. Like, I don't want to sit in a dark room and listen to someone talk. No matter
prioritize what you want
when there's like fancy merch out there, and that's what I'm all about. The con floor experience. And so it's hard for me to like wait in a line when I know there's things I could be doing.
I think that's fair. Yeah,
that's valid. Yeah, oh yeah. Where you're like you flown all this way. You don't want to just keep waiting in line. And
only got so much time to explore the con,
Yeah, and especially with like the following days, where like I think that first day is the Mandalorian Grogu panel, and then later on that day we have the Lucasfilm animation 25th anniversary, which like
I think for that.
Like seeing like that, like, and they're gonna like celebrate every animated show they've worked on these past few years, but
they're gonna be like, in the beginning, we started with one computer in a basement. We're gonna get the whole song.
Yep,
I'm here for it.
And then hopefully a new show or 2 or 3 or animated. Yeah, I mean,
here's the thing:
how many animated shows do we think we'll get?
Sneak
2.
peek.
1?
I said sneak peek.
Dude.
If you'd asked me yesterday, I would have said it would have been a new Tales. But they just did that yesterday.
Yeah.
I did not expect that.
They literally just dropped it like that. Like, boom.
Tales of the Underworld.
Tales of the Underworld.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
On May 4th. Yeah.
Akasan, have you seen the trailer for that?
I have not, actually.
It dropped yesterday. Yeah, no.
Really? Yeah. They
I
dropped
won't
a
tell
lot.
you who it's about then. I'll let you find that one out because it's well revealed. But
was it a CinemaCon or something where they dropped a lot of stuff?
Lucasfilm just dropped it on us on
just randomly.
Randomly, like cool. Like
because we got that Naked Gun, Superman, a bunch of stuff dropped yesterday while I was sleeping.
That Naked Gun trailer had me howling. I was not like for the first half. I was like, and then when they showed you, it's like
that the final gag. Oh my god, brilliant!
No, it was pretty good. It was
this is something you'll have to get used to while you're in Japan, is that you're going to sleep through a lot of big announcements. Minus Star Wars, but anything that happens back home stateside, you're going to wake up to the news.
Sure.
I think I'm going to clear my 3-day schedule weekend. I'm going to take the day or 2 off work over the weekend.
You'll be okay.
You might wake up to the news. I'll be dropping my sake and surprise at 4 a.m.
There you go.
There you go. Wait, what?
That is true. Yeah.
I need to get to my computer.
Yeah.
Where's my webcam?
Kyle Katarn, I can't understand a word you were saying. What do you mean?
That happens quite often. Yeah. The most infamous reaction I've ever done for me personally was the fact that I was out on a date and Marvel dropped the infamous the first Civil War trailer, and I was just like, I dropped everything and I looked at my date and I'm like, I need to leave. Like I literally did like a Patrick Bateman type of deal, and I was just like, I need to go react like that. It was but it was worth it. It was worth it at that time.
Yeah,
that was. I'll never forget just the thumbnail. I'm like, oh shit, it's happening. But yeah, I think Akasan, you said hello to Wizard early on, and then hello Draven. How you doing, man?
Hello.
Dear friend of mine, and whatnot from Council of Creators. But yeah, I think what I'm most like intrigued for that weekend is that like a lot, like again, we said a lot of stuff is going down the pipeline. We have, like we said, the animation panel, Mandalorian Grogu. We have that same following days, Andor season 2 is premiering, and they're gonna have a presence with their panel down that line. And then that following Saturday as well, Ahsoka is gonna have a presence, which I was lucky to get a reservation for that. And
wow,
From what you've been hearing, Akasan, and like you said, unfortunately you can't make that Friday, but like, is there a panel that you are seeking to be part of, or are you just going there to be like, you know what?
To be part of, I'll be part of any of them. Yeah, like if Jon Favreau, look, like George Lucas himself is like, you know what, Akasan? Oh, you made it. Come on up here, buddy. Guys, give a round of applause.
I would love that. I would
for the real Star Wars man.
Dave puts his cowboy hat on you. He's just like,
oh my god, Dave Filoni. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh my god. I would love that. Like Rosario Dawson, like, yeah, look, I've met her before. I'd be like, oh, let's do it again. Let's go. No, that honestly speaking, that was it. That was the main one. But to be honest, I haven't actually heard of any. Like, I haven't actually looked at all the different panels. But the Mandalorian one was the big one that I wanted to be a part of. But I'll be getting there around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Okay, so midday.
Yeah. So I'm just missing the morning thing, but afterwards, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Your best bet, my guess is that if since you can't make the panel, I'm willing to bet that Filoni, Favreau, and maybe some of the cast of the movie are going to be in the that live stage that they usually have, like where they interview like talent, saying what are you excited to tell folks about your so and so project, and you just see the crowd surrounding. So like. My guess is you could probably make that, and that'd be a cool thing to do. I remember I couldn't make the Mando Plus panel back in Anaheim, but I made my way to the live stage, and Pedro Pascal was like feet away from me, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah,
all right.
There was so much great stuff. Ewan and Hayden talking. I was right.
That welcoming party.
10 feet away from me at Anaheim, and it was
there's like a solid 7 minutes of live stream footage of me making silly faces over Anthony Carboni's shoulder from the crowd.
Oh my!
during the main stage Star Wars show.
I was there when Hayden says, "Here's where the fun begins," and everybody threw their arms up. Yeah. My camera, I'm sitting there with the camera, and it's just like I'm watching this, like right there, and then everybody in front of me, like about 3 or 4 people, just everybody had their hands up, and it's just like it was a moment. It was so good.
Yeah, really.
Anyway.
Wow,
moments like that are why I'm excited to come back. That's why I'm so happy I'm coming back to celebrate now.
So did they actually have it last year or no? It's every 2 years.
It was 2 years ago.
Okay,
2 years ago it was
England.
Yeah,
right.
Before that, it was Anaheim in 22.
Got it. Yeah. So every 2 years.
Okay. I think that they might skip 26 as well.
Yeah.
My money's on Orlando, Florida for the next domestic celebration. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. Because I remember we were even supposed to have the new Daisy Ridley movie, right? Like they originally that was planning to come out this year. So
right. Yeah, that got massively delayed.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I remember when they announced it, I'm like, oh, cool. So by the time a Star Wars Celebration comes to Tokyo, we should have some sort of footage to premiere. So, but I guess not. Yeah. I'll tell you, probably won't be there, John Bodega.
Oh man, that. And I love John, but like. Yeah, and I got where he was coming from, because I remember feeling, and I remember when he started having this promo of Force Awakens coming out, and it was the first time that like I felt, oh, there's a dark side to the fandom of Star Wars. This is, and then I remember someone be like, oh, okay, you don't remember the prequels? I'm like, I was a kid. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, and but yeah, it's who knows that probably has an alternative thing to him potentially coming back or not, but I think.
True.
What he said isn't wrong. Isn't a lie. It's truthful. Like, go back and look at the comments of the teaser.
As soon as you said you were a kid, you didn't remember the prequels. Akasan and I both just gave the universal millennial eyebrow of like,
I remember. I remember them, but like I think kudos to my parents that like I wasn't exposed to the internet at such a young age, like a lot of kids are nowadays. So I was like, okay, I think this guy is cool. He's kind of emo, but like I get it, and I'm like, okay, Padme's hot. I'm into that. Like, cool, why not? But like, it was shocking not to be exposed to that until I was, teenager and whatnot. So
to me,
what an interesting take on that.
Hate for those movies was like it was.
Oh yeah,
It was in other movies. Yep. Simon Pegg's TV show Space. There's a whole sequence of him like burning all of his Star Wars memorabilia after watching the Phantom Menace. Like, it was such a like an accepted like let's just trash this. It's fun. It's fine.
It's
like,
so funny. Yeah,
it was absolutely like the mainstream opinion was that they were terrible.
I mean, I was at the age of at that point. There was like I was that age that most most of the original. I mean, we can go to this into another channel, obviously, but the reality was I had to digest it myself when I was watching. And at the end of the day, I digested it. It took a few months to digest. And I ultimately was like, I really enjoy what he had to say, what George had to say. So, it's, again, that's a huge conversation for sure.
I feel like,
Go
I
ahead.
was going to say, I feel like Filoni's work with the Clone Wars animated show essentially bred more life into the prequels a lot more.
Best PR campaign. Best PR campaign in the history of the prequel. Clone Wars. Rehabilitation of the image.
Basically.
I'm still craving it today.
We'll need an animated series that retroactively fills it with context and recontextualizes all these moments. Like, that's what we're going to get. They're just waiting until the dust settles a little more. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Oh, for the sequel trilogy, right?
To get our sequel Clone Wars show.
We're waiting for that, right? Okay.
It'll ease
Dave
up.
Filoni, get on that.
Skywalker Academy. There it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I was thinking about it right now. Like, I remember one of the best things experiencing the Clone Wars after I had seen all the seasons was watching Akasan's reactions to the Siege of Mandalore and how he didn't know what was happening and he had not seen Rebels yet. And so I'm like, oh, this is sweet perspective where he doesn't know anything can happen. And
I straight up thought, I really thought Ahsoka was going to die because, she's not mentioned in Revenge of the Sith. So I was like, okay, well, and this is the final season, so they got to wrap things up and basically make her just a footnote. So I really thought she was done at this point. So yeah, it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also another thing,
she has the thickest plot armor in the entire universe.
Oh, sure. Yes.
Ahsoka will outlive every character that we've ever met.
Oh, yes.
I think she's going to go through one more big change. I feel like there's one more big change we're going to get to see after, and I don't know if that's going to be Ahsoka season 2 or whether it's going to be Dave Filoni's film that will.
He'll finally get the nerve to kill her as an old woman, and then she'll immediately be replaced by Robo Ahsoka. Her head on a Robo body.
Force Ghost Ahsoka. We need Force Ghost. I want to go. I want to deal with Force Ghost Ahsoka from here on in. I mean, after.
That's funny.
Actually,
when that time comes.
What do you mean Force Ghost?
She comes back as a robot voiced by Ashley Eckstein.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh.
her vocabulator breaks, and the knob gets stuck from Rosario to Ashley. They can't get it switched back again.
No, the real question is, let's just see if Robert Downey Jr. or Keanu Reeves shows up for the celebration. That would tear things apart. I'm just saying.
You know what? Like, I'm actually.
You heard it here first. Yeah.
Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
It's big anniversary.
That would be sweet.
They don't have any Revenge of the Sith related panels or anything scheduled.
Yeah, what is
Which
that?
seems like a massive oversight. I think it's because there's a surprise coming of some kind. If we can get Ewan, Hayden, and Natalie in one place at one time, everything's going to explode. The fandom's going to go crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that they've had celebration panels for Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, but you won't have it for Revenge of the Sith, which I think is universally voted like that's the best prequel re-release. And not only that, but The Force Awakens, it's been 10 years, which is fucking shocking to
I don't want to think about that, man. 3 years ago, 5 tops. Come on.
Yeah.
You guys will be back in time for the re-release of Revenge of the Sith?
I think so. Yeah, that's May.
April 28th. I thought, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Yeah.
I'll be back by the 24th, and then I'll have Andor season 2 coming out my ears for the next 48 hours of reacting and editing. But I should make it. I should make it by the 20th.
I was trying
and then on May 4th, we got the Tales of the Underworld, so we've got another 6 episodes. We're about to get buried, man. We're about to get snowed in content.
Very much so.
Yes.
The Academy Awards Foundation had announced that George Lucas was doing a Q&A in LA for a screening of Empire, and me and Kyle Katarn were trying to attend that, but we saw the prices and it was $9,000.
It was crazy.
I was like, hey, Uncle George, I love you, man, but fuck that. I'm poor, man.
I couldn't even sell my body the night for that much money.
Yeah, the prices were crazy.
Fucking exorbitant prices.
Yeah.
George
sold tickets, but I don't know.
Although I do want to try to get to the Lucasfilm Museum when it opens.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get to the Lucasfilm Museum when that opens later this year. So.
Yeah, the building looks really cool.
It's gorgeous. I've seen it. I've walked around from the outside like probably 6 months ago, and it's looking amazing.
Here in Seattle, we've got the Experience Music Project, which is like a really funky shaped building. It's supposed to be what a guitar looked like to Jimi Hendrix while he was on LSD.
Right.
I don't know who came up with that idea.
Oh, really? Oh, that's funny.
Big old weird, colorful blob of a building in the middle of downtown Seattle.
Okay.
It's like neon colors.
Okay.
But I think another thing that we're going to be able to experience at Celebration, and I'm glad that you brought it up. I think it was you, Kyle, that showed this to me, which is the Beyond Victory. Let's see.
Oh my!
Extra plugging.
Beyond Victory, which is a VR thing, right? The VR game one.
I'm so hyped for this.
Yeah.
It's a VR experience. It's for the MetaQuest headsets, but they're going to have a booth at Celebration where if you're like me and you don't have any sort of VR stuff, you can like go and try it out.
Same.
It is next gen VR pod racing.
Right.
You play as this up and coming 4-armed guy, and you're teaming up with Old Man Sebulba for a chance to win it all. That's right.
Nice.
Because everybody is such a fan of Old Man Sebulba. Yes.
Yeah.
I knew exactly who you're talking about. Yeah.
Nice.
And if I'm not mistaken, you get a free comic like that. It's tied into this game as well.
Oh,
there is a prequel comic that's exclusive to the booth. You got to go to the booth, check this out in order to get it. I am going to be doing a narration of it on Comics with Katarn whenever the hell I get back stateside, but I'll be picking one of those up for sure.
Nice.
I'll tell you what. Force, what was it? Jedi Survivor. I'm sure some of you guys have played that game. Jedi Survivor, there's a side game. It's essentially that one game that everybody plays, where it's kind of like chess pieces, but you need to bet on it.
The Hollow Tactics.
Yeah, the Hollow. Oh my God, that was actually more interesting than the Jedi Survivor game, to be honest. And I'm not saying that as a diss to Survivor.
Right.
I just was really, really into because I like The Witcher.
As soon as you figure out the chicken hack, it gets pretty broken though.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, okay.
Little chicken guys, they'll take anything out.
Really? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I really wish they would bring that to the MetaQuest. That would be dope to play.
Honestly, just as its own thing.
Exactly. No, I would totally invest in it. And I remember going online on Reddit, although I wasn't alone in that. People were saying that they really did enjoy that game and they wish that they expanded it in some form or fashion. So yeah, it was because I'm a big fan of Gwent as well.
Oh,
and
sure.
I play Marvel Snap. So like the card turn-based sort of games like that, I was all about that. So that'd be great if they brought that around.
The Sabacc gameplay in Star Wars Outlaws is pretty addictive too.
Oh, really? Really?
You can just play
I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, it's the Kessel style rules. You can just sit at a table talking trash with a bunch of Rhodians like all night. It's so much fun.
Is it a card style game or is it like?
Yeah, no, it's card style. It's basically just symbol matching, and then you have like shift tokens that let you cheat. Like you can steal someone's hand, steal an extra card, etc.
Kind of like Uno, right? Or like an expansion of Uno.
It's kind of like it's basically just a symbol matching game.
Right.
But then you can flip the deck, you can invert, you can do all this crazy stuff. And then they flavor it with Star Wars. You've got some guy smack talking you in Huttese the whole time. It's great. It's good stuff.
What cosplay would totally surprise you for a Japanese person to dress up as?
Man.
Because you have your casual stuff, right, from the main movies. Then you have your animated stuff. Is there anything particularly that would be so obscure that you'd be like, oh my God, there's actually fans of this in Japan?
There's this droid in Rebels, and Kyle and Brent, I think you've seen it, but there's this droid who like talks smack to Chopper, who talks like
AP5.
There's this droid, and I love him. And
Yeah.
I'm like, if I could see a fellow Japanese Star Wars fan something like that, I'm like, kudos, man. That is deep cut. Like,
That would be a good deep cut.
that-
Like,
okay.
for me, I feel like, and I don't know too much about Japan or Japanese culture, but I'm under the impression that they kind of are like the inventors of fandom.
Yeah.
And they kind of like, they did cosplay first. Like, I would be less surprised if there was a Japanese guy out there who's like super fan of like this really obscure, like I feel like that fits for me. I'm like,
fair. Fair.
That tracks. Like when you go, when you're a fan of something, you're like a hardcore fan.
Interesting. Okay.
Like
Not
I could
but
a Japanese guy like cosplaying the jug of blue milk that Baru sets on the table. Like that level of like,
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like
yeah,
and if it's an undeserved reputation, I'm so sorry to the people of Japan, but that's my expectation. Like they bring it. They bring it on that level.
I mean, I do have a fan. I have a friend who dressed up literally as an IMAX camera. So like,
that's amazing.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. So anything is possible in this.
I'm hoping that I see something on that level of like.
Okay. Well, I have a friend of a friend who's actually has created like an R2D2 in Fukuoka, and so they're going to be coming there with their R2D2 among other things, and it like moves and everything. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I have another friend who actually runs a Jedi lightsaber training group in Japan. Like, so it's, they teach this 7 to 8 different forms of holding your lightsaber and using it. And so they have a whole little thing around there. I think you guys have probably seen the I think they're called AT-ATs, right? No. The two-legged ones.
ATSD.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So there is right. There's a guy that goes around walking around as that thing. And then
oh my god, is that the guy from the fan film? I think I reacted to his fan film. He's like it's cardboard, right?
The cardboard one I've seen in
I think so. Yeah, maybe.
He did this video where it's him fighting the Ewoks, and the Ewoks are just him really small on the bottom of the frame.
I don't know about
He falls over. It's a couple years old, so it could have been someone else.
Yeah, he wears an all black suit, so you don't really see him. I think he's also the same guy who does.
This guy was like in another
okay, no. He's also the same guy. I believe he's the same guy that does Grievous as well.
Okay. Where he's inside the cape, because I've seen
the cape.
I've seen
he's inside the cape and he's moving around, and I'm like, oh my god, it's perfect. He's just missing the voice. That's it, that's it. So yeah, there's gonna be a few things out there that should be interesting for you guys. Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
I'm very like
I'll go to work.
Yeah, the art for the badges I've seen has been some of the most gorgeous marketing things I've seen. Yeah, really. And I'm interested to see if people bring in some of those images to life, like Mon Mothma in the.
I was going to say some of that be amazing. You got the Japanese influence on characters.
I got
I got individuals, so between the two of us, we'll be able to see what all the options are. And I've got the special badges because I've got speaker badges because of the podcast. So. That's going to have unique art on it as well, and no one knows what's going to be on the speaker badge. So
nice.
We'll have the whole collection pretty much between the two of us.
Yeah, I guess Okazaki's work was featured or something like that.
It might have been that artist. I could be wrong.
Right. Pretty sure. Yeah. He's a friend of mine. I was talking to him about it. I went to his I think it was what was that show that was it called Tales of the one that was the first. No, it was the anime. The first season was super anime Japan focused.
Visions. Yes,
Visions. There you go. Yes, so in Shibuya, they had a whole exhibition and everything, and I took some photos. I'm like, hey, bro, I saw your work, and he was like, yeah, thanks. It was great. Like, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I really actually liked that first episode. It was really cool.
That's the panel
that I got
into with the Visions.
Oh, really?
Season 3.
Yeah.
Okay. I should text him and see if he's gonna go, or maybe that's spoiling something. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, right. We just casually let things slip. Yeah. Where are you guys staying? I mean, you don't have to say the hotel, but are you guys staying
right across from
staying very nearby, which is a fortune for us because again, like we don't have to wake up an hour or so to catch the train or get an Uber or bus, where may have you. Like that's the sweet spot about it. That like, all right, we can have some semblance of sleep, and we choose either to go and wait to get into the exhibit hall or just start queuing up for panels.
Now go ahead.
I'm just close enough to Makahari Messe that I can leave, use my own goddamn bathroom, and come back to the con.
Yeah.
That's perfect. You're gonna need it.
The bathroom.
Planning ahead.
Very smart. Now,
Just
the
remember to
downside
look the opposite side of the road when traffic is going past, because it's. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Assuming I'll be able to see anything in my gonk droid, I'm just going to run across.
Oh,
let the force take its will.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be easy. I think it'll be good for us because in case we need to cover something, we can go back to our rooms and just have it set up and be like, all right, this is what we gotta talk about or whatnot, or who knows. I'm very interested to see the signal from that event and see how good it is, if we can live stream more.
They still haven't announced the official block of rooms that are associated with Celebration.
That's
but
wild.
I'm pretty sure they're in my building, and I'm pretty sure that the guests are in my building too.
block of rooms. What is that?
Like they did it for London and they did it for Anaheim. Like there's a block of rooms in one of the hotels that's like a participant with Celebration where it's discounted. You can buy them through Celebration, and it's just like a cross-promotional thing. They partner with a local hotel and
a discounted version, if you will, of what you would pay normally to stay at a hotel near the event.
Yeah, maybe they're not doing it. I don't know. Yeah, because this is so far out. Like, yeah,
it's 2 weeks. It's like
right.
I would have. I'd be shocked that they haven't done it. Yeah.
I got my lodgings the same day that I bought the tickets, like way back in May.
Smart,
well,
yeah.
I did say
filled up anywhere, and now everywhere's booked.
Yeah,
I was going to say that on StarWars.com there was a list today, I think, that got dropped from what I saw, of something like a list. I didn't see the list itself, but it's stuff about what to be prepared for when you go to Japan.
Oh yeah, their what to know article.
Right. Yes. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I know it, but I don't know what.
I'm actually kind of curious about that. Yeah. What is it? What did it say? Like,
so here, let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh my god. Yeah.
Well, you know,
obviously,
it's Americans getting lost in Japan. Come on.
It's gonna be like a Joe PSA. Like, don't put your hand on the stove.
Remember. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's your first time in Japan. Remember. Don't
be the opposite side of the road.
Yeah. The countdown is on. Here's what you need to know.
Don't live stream everywhere. Yes.
Yes.
Japanese do not appreciate cameras shoved in their face.
Yeah, it's a lot of promotion for the Japanese angle of stuff.
Oh, is it?
I could be wrong.
All right. Okay. Again, yeah.
The list I'm seeing just says they're giving you information about panels, the show floor, merchandise.
Okay.
And then outside events. They list a couple outside events, like the orchestra thing that you were talking about here. Star Tours over at Tokyo Disney Resort, which I am down to do Star Tours in Japan.
I'm looking at tickets now, see if I can make it still now or not.
How are you going to find the time? That's the thing.
So I've got like a slim 24 hours on either end of the con.
Okay. So we're going to be there before the event starts, and then we have a few days afterwards that the event concludes. So that's our sweet spot to like do that, or like
I've got 48 hours to do Japan. Basically.
Yeah, you guys can sleep on the plane. It's as simple as that.
Because that was my next question. Because I was just like, you guys really, if you're doing the con, you like it's not Makuhari Messe is actually not so close to Tokyo mainland, Tokyo main area of Tokyo, so you don't really have a chance to like even after every night after the con, it's kind of like you guys will be covering things, broadcasting stuff. Hopefully,
it's going to be a trek to go out
strong enough. Yeah.
Probably.
Oh yeah, not even close. You won't have any time to do it. Yeah.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to coordinate with the normies as well, because they want to get content out. But like, if there's one thing I know, it's that the internet is terrible in hotels in Japan. So I'm
planning to just get constant B-roll, constant interviews, just record, and then I'm going to spend my 10-hour flight home editing on my laptop, and I intend to land with several.
Drop it all afterwards. Yeah,
that's my plan.
Yeah. I really do wonder about that.
Land with everything.
Yeah.
Every hotel I've ever stayed in Japan, the internet has been terrible. Really? So yeah.
I was with Explained in the hotel in LA, and him and his wife had like an extra phone that was like a hotspot. It was a dedicated hotspot phone.
Yep.
Like that's such a smart idea.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was them. Yeah, like that's just a whole tech bag. I need to upgrade my travel stuff because I do all my content is made domestically. I never have really had to do it on the road. So this will be a stress test.
That's what I'm looking for.
My gear. Yeah. The moment you land, just test it out that night. Yeah, see what it's like.
See, so Kyle, you had told a couple on your recent episode, Dork Forces, that like Mount Fuji, there had been a warning about like possible eruption, and that was something that I wanted to experience before. You
wanted to experience Mount Fuji.
Yeah, that's how I took it.
Wait, hold on.
I always wanted to die in a volcano.
Really? Next, he's gonna say he's down with Order 66. You know,
No.
Can you imagine though if they announced like at Celebration they announced like some sort of Revenge of the Sith Mustafar re-release 4K, and at that moment
Fuji
like,
explodes.
and then people of the faith
Your
are playing
very
somehow
own Mustafa.
the most expensive promotional stunt of all time. Lucasfilm found a way to kickstart the volcano.
You heard it here first.
quite a promotion there. Yeah,
They
There
grabbed
you
a
go.
sword and went Rings of Power. Just
No.
Nice.
But like I'm glad that you said that now, because I'm trying to like, okay, make sure, all right, this day, get out of that area and just go and see Tokyo as much as you can. Like, don't even like think of like, you have a sweet spot. Like, I'm glad because I do want to like, it sounds so like touristy, but like, I am a comic fan. I am a pop culture fan. So I want to go where all the manga is sold. I want to go where all the collectibles are sold, just to be like, what do they have here that we don't have? Like, I know they got cool shit as well. I'm like,
all kinds of stuff we can't get at home.
Yeah.
By the way, can you bring that picture up again, just for a second? Yeah, that's fake. Yeah. Just
oh,
like,
god damn it.
yeah.
God damn it.
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but yeah.
They had to Photoshop it to edit the Godzilla out of it.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't
There you
know
go.
why it always is, but they always like Photoshop Mount Fuji in these images
Wow.
every time. Like the worst thing in the world for me
So
was
strange.
the Wolverine movie.
Oh, yeah.
The one where Wolverine was in
Mhm.
Japan, right?
The Wolverine,
Yeah, the Wolverine.
The Wolverine. I think they called it Wolverine Samurai on my side.
Kind of
So
like
they,
that better.
you
me
know,
too.
so Wolverine is in Kyoto. If I no, he's in wait. I think he was in Hiroshima. I think it was no. He was
Nagasaki.
in Kyoto. No, he was okay. He was in Nagasaki at the time.
Yeah.
Some chick picks him up in the car and they drive off, and then they see Mount Fuji and Tokyo Tower in the distance. I'm like, dude, like geographically, that
together.
doesn't make any
That doesn't
sense.
track.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
you literally wouldn't see either of them that close. Yeah, that kind of annoys me sometimes when I see that. The Bullet Train movie with Brad Pitt, that doesn't work either. Like no Shinkansen has ever looked like that. I mean, I know it's a Hollywoodish movie, but it was just so funny to
That's
laugh
the
at.
equivalent of
that.
slapping the yellow Mexico filter on.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
For them, it's just like, okay, throw Fuji in there. Now they know it's Japan.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that they do that with Egypt, with the pyramids a lot.
Oh, the pyramids.
Heavily photoshopped because there's like an absolute slum just all around the side of it, and they always like make it just clean earth. They like remove these houses.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah,
Wow.
one of the most photoshopped things is the pyramids and the little shanty town that surrounds it.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, if you have time, make sure you definitely you try to maybe they don't sell them anymore, but the JR Rail Pass where you can, because if you want to see Mount Fuji, it's not in Tokyo. Like you can see Mount Fuji on a clear day,
but it's distant, sure.
Yeah, it's at a distance like that. So
that's like right here in Seattle. You can see Mount Rainier crystal clear, but it's still a 2-hour drive. Still 2-hour drive.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, you can go to Kyoto, and then maybe you can see our Shizuoka, and you can see Mount Fuji up and close. But I guess. I mean, I don't know.
I'm only interested if it's erupting. Otherwise, it's like,
fair.
I came to see lava, damn it.
Ronan is a sacrificial little moment.
It's Star Wars weekend, man. Like, come on.
There you go.
Well, I want to take an Anakin, like a little Anakin Hasbro, and just dip him in just enough to lose the leg, and then one of the arms.
Watch the lava just pour over the. No.
Yeah, and that's how Daddy has a robotic hand because I slip making content.
But I besides the main location, when I just want to just walk in Japan to see what's that like. Like forget travel, the buses and helicopters at night. What I'm accustomed to, I'm like, let me just walk.
Wait, what? You're taking helicopters at night?
No, I'm accustomed to hearing helicopters at night.
Right. I'm like, all right, buddy. Yeah.
No.
Don't tell us more. You'll have to kill us.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn, Kobe. Okay. Yeah.
No. We're going at like a really pretty time too, because it's like cherry blossom season and everything.
Yeah.
Is it? Will it still be by the time we get
It
there?
should be like mid to late April. It should be right.
It's blooming. It's already in full bloom right now.
Oh, okay. So it'll be the tail end of it then.
Yeah, it's gonna be all green by the time you guys get here, but it's fine.
Right.
Yeah, if it stays cold, then I don't think so. Like it was actually really, really nice the other day, but yeah, you're gonna miss most of it because it's already full bloom right now. So, not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Not exactly the reason we were going.
Exactly.
You know what I was bummed about is, and I wish I had known ahead of time, but Studio Ghibli tickets sold out like that.
Yeah,
like,
totally sold.
That was
for what? What are
for
they
tours?
doing?
Tours of the studio.
What?
So
Wait.
the Studio Ghibli offers tours to their studio, and apparently each month they sell tickets for the following month, and you have to like get them ahead of time. And they apparently they sold within 20-30 minutes. And it was like,
Wow.
Is it the Kichijoji place or the new amusement park one that they opened?
I'm assuming it's the Kijioti one. My bet.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but yeah.
Okay. Just curious about that. Yeah. See, this is pod racing. There you go.
Nice. Nice.
Can't you see those cherry blossoms in the back?
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
Nice.
But that was a few days ago. It's probably looking like crap now. So yeah.
Right.
So yeah. Wow. So Ghibli, I was about to say, what are they gonna do? Like the revenge of Chat GPT or something like that?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me, you were going to Star Wars, we're doing all that stuff, but to me, probably just as much, if not more, I'm interested in just hanging out with y'all, like hanging out with other creators that like we've only interacted virtually, and now we have a space that we have to fly far away from a lot of us, but like we're gonna be in Akasan's backyard and be able to be like, all right, let's all hang out and see what it's like without having to look through 2-3 inches of a screen and whatnot. And I'm excited to see how that vibe is at a local bar.
That's fine. Now we can just all get together in person and then stare at another screen 2 or 3 inches. We're updating and uploading our
live streaming,
right?
Exactly.
Never.
Yeah. I mean, I got the hookups at Tony Roma's over there, but I'm sure that's not what you guys want to eat. So I'll try to think of something else. It really just depends, like of where everybody's gonna be at, what's on everybody's agenda. Like it usually wraps up around what, 6 o'clock or
6-7 o'clock. Yeah,
I think so, and then a little earlier on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds about right. Yeah, there's a few different places that should be fun. Yeah.
Akasan, by any chance, do you remember when was the last time you and I had met face to face?
Is it the meet and greet that I did in Meltdown Comics? Okay. Yep. It was cool. Don't cry. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
No, but it's again, I'm gonna sound so like old school and like melancholy, but like I'm just that's the thing that like I'm pumped for. Like I'm meeting Busy for the first time in person. Like I'm gonna reunite with Kyle again, and like that's the sweet spot. And the fact that like we're gonna I don't know what's gonna happen after the event went up, but I'm intrigued to see just like let's just see what happens. Let's just live life a little.
It's kind of
like
wild,
a damn
right?
hippie.
Like anything could happen.
Yeah.
The weirdest interaction I've ever had, one of the weirdest interactions I've ever had was at New York Comic Con. Some guy painted himself like the Hulk or whatever, and then he was walking around New York Comic Con. Then he recognized me, and then he was like, "Oh my God, it's you!" and just starts crying and breaking down in front of everybody. And I'm just like, "All right, like okay, Hulk."
You made the Hulk cry?
I made the Hulk cry. And dude, this was going on for about 5 minutes, and I was just like, what should I do? Like,
you need to put that in laurels. That needs to be like an accolade. I made
that, made the Hulk cry. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
He was going through something. That was,
I guess so. Yeah, that was wild, man. Yeah, that was something else. Yeah. So yeah, that was like this. No.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you out.
No, I was gonna say that was the same day that I met Azula while waiting for my my Uber one time. The voice actress of the Avatar, Azula. That was great. Yeah. It was crazy, man. Anything can happen at a con, Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're gonna be wrapping up stuff soon. I think we really, hey, I know. We talked about
I'm like really sweating. Like,
man,
like,
I'm so
The stream
sorry.
was sponsored by Dayquil.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
the OG. This is like lasting, and like again, and I told him like, let me know if you can't work, but like you have no idea how much I appreciate that.
No, my pleasure, man. Yeah. The force is strong.
Yes.
I hope we get to hang out a little bit.
100%. We'll be there. I'll be there.
Man.
Yeah.
I'll be
to
there
wrap
in
up
spirit.
stuff. Brent, start off with you. Any final thoughts on the next few weeks of what might happen in Celebration and what we can expect of the experience? And please plug yourself.
Yep. Well, I have to say that I was glad that they didn't drop anything today actually at the Lucasfilm panel. They really didn't drop anything for the CinemaCon. So they are holding it all for you guys. What we expect, honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what we get from the Lucasfilm animation. I really am passionate about what they've been doing with all their work. That's my big thing. Ahsoka season 2. I know I'm never going to get to see the footage until the show comes out or a trailer, but I'm excited to see or hear what you guys see from that. Is my next big thing. And then Mandalorian, Grogu, bits and pieces. They're the main ones I'm interested. As for me, you can catch me at Brent Age of Grogu, and I'm on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube as well. So all those ones.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Kyle?
I'm just excited in general and trying very hard to temper that and not to let it turn into like overwhelming anxiety of like, oh my God, I have to like go do a podcast on the official main stage and like everyone's going to watch it. And Star Wars has sanctioned this. And now I have to make sure they don't regret it. But it's going to be so much fun. And we're all going to have a really good time. And I think the thing I'm looking forward to the most is just the social aspect and the networking and getting to catch up with people that I've met at previous celebrations. Got some swag ready. We've got our Tokyo Gonk.
Yeah.
We're handing this out in patch form too and like trading it with people. As for me, you can find me at Kyle Katarn anywhere that there are handles that start with an at. I'm talking YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram, ones that don't even exist yet. You can also find me on MySpace, but don't do that. We're done with that. But yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I've had a lot of fun.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Maestro, legend.
Yo, hey, me, Akasan. You can always check me out on a lot of things. Brought to you in part by Star Wars, Andor, coming up soon. Yeah, right there. That's interesting. So yeah, I will not be on that. Well, maybe I will be on that show. Anyways, I just want to say thank you guys for having me today. It was really cool. As time changes and technology just gets better and better, I could never have imagined something like this type of format of podcasting. Like it was so difficult 10 years ago how to do this sort of stuff, but I'm glad that we do live in this day and age where fans from all around the world can kind of come here to celebrate what we love and what we're passionate about, and we're going to just see that in fruition in the physical form at Star Wars Celebration. So I hope that a lot of you guys will be able to at least get to feel just a percentage of the excitement that these guys are having here when they come to Japan and when they experience Star Wars Celebration. And of course, Ronan, thank you for having me on your show today.
Dude, no, I told you.
Don't cry.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I know, I'm not gonna cry.
I've already made the Hulk cry, Yeah.
Make a fan cry. You can follow me at Ronan and Jane on YouTube on all the socials.
Congratulations, by the way, on 1,000 subscribers.
Thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate
nice.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you,
nice.
boys. That's cool. I'm thankful to anybody who's
cool.
No.
That's the tough one. That's the tough one. Yeah.
To me, it's hard to receive a lot like that. But I don't take it for granted the people who have bothered to spend time talking to me and people who've checked out the channel and the videos. But there's that mentality of like Kobe. I'm like, job's not finished. I don't think so. Until I get bigger and bigger, then I'll start coming down. But I appreciate this is a cool thing to pass now, and know that this vibe, this aura is going to be felt during that weekend. Again, to say it all, folks, Sunday, Dark Forces podcast, live streaming or in person, come hang out with us. You're going to find me, Kyle, Dr. Sith, and Hira talking about what's been happening that weekend. And I'll be traveling
You might just get a sticker.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll be going to Game On Expo in a few days to cover that for a little bit. And then Last of Us coverage is coming in the pipeline and just a bunch of stuff to tune into. But as always, may the Force be with you. And this is the way. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.
Way.